If you're stuck on decorating in Disney Dreamlight Valley and you need a little bit of inspiration in your builds, a great way to find that is by taking pictures of places or decor that inspires you and recreating those into the game. I talked about this a little bit in my previous video, which is a massive compendium of all of my best decorating tricks, so be sure and go check that out. But today we're going to hone in on recreating Pinterest images or just any photo of a place that inspires you into the game. I found this picture of Central Park in the autumn, which I find extremely inspiring, and I definitely think this is something that can be recreated in the game, and so that is what we are going to do today. I'll be taking you through that process step by step, so you can take that process and put it into your own Disney Dreamlight Valley builds, and let's get started. This is definitely a fall aesthetic here, so I'm going to try to incorporate some items that give us fall vibes. First thing I'm going to do to lay the groundwork is to put the path out. Okay, yeah, we'll do it pretty wide since the one in the photo is fairly wide. We're going to add some more up here. All right, so we have our pathway. Next thing I think I'm going to add is the fencing. So I don't have a fencing that matches that one exactly, but I do think the one that is going to match the aesthetic the most is this brick and spiky one. Another one that we could use might be this iron spiked fence because it is more of a similar color to the one in the photo. But I'm actually going to opt to use the brick one because I think that it's going to bring in some of that warmth that we're not getting by not having the leaves strewn all on the ground. It's not exact, but it is a replica. The next thing I'm seeing here is a lot of like bushes and hedges and stuff behind. So I'm going to be using the Forest of Valor bushes and the Peaceful Meadow bushes for purposes of this build because I think it matches the grass better. But if I was doing this in the Peaceful Meadow or the Plaza, I would probably use the Plaza or the Peaceful Meadow color bushes. Okay, we'll keep those for now. That is so tedious to get all of those out. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go ahead and start putting the benches out. We're going to be using this kind of bench. So we'll just put a couple of those out. All right, so we have our benches. Next thing is I'm going to add in the light posts. We luckily have lamp posts that look almost exactly like that. So those are behind the fences. They're also pretty close to the benches. So I think I'm just going to put them on right on the other side of the post next to a bench. All right. Looking good so far. I think I might actually make fewer lampposts. They just look, it looks a little bit too much. It looks a little busy. So I think I'm gonna actually make fewer benches and lampposts. I think that looks a little bit better. I think that makes it look a little less busy. Lovely. Okay, next thing is we're gonna add in trees. Now, one of the things that really struck me about this picture is the way that the trees kind of go in and form almost this canopy over the pathway. And thankfully, we have trees that do that. We're gonna be doing a mix of the tall maple trees as well as the short Japanese maple. They don't have any trees that are specifically very red here, but again, I'm trying to bring in a little bit of that fall vibe, a little bit of that warmth. Okay, I'm just gonna spread these out just a little bit. Cool, and then let me go ahead and add in a few of these Japanese short maples. I think I'm actually gonna move these back because I feel like in the picture, they're a little bit further back. It's actually, the bushes are in front of the trees now that I'm looking at it, but I will still put these trees up at the front just to kind of stagger them a little bit. So that's looking good for trees. Now I'm going to put the bushes down. Put the bushes around here, making sure that we have lots of space. Kind of just doing this randomly because I want it to look as natural as possible. So I'm just sort of picking at random what bush is gonna go where. All right, it's looking good. I so wish that we had like a leaf pile item. Definitely the closest that we have is this leaf rug, which I actually think I am going to use a couple of them just like here and there to kind of add to that leafiness. And then I think I decided that I'm actually going to go ahead and add in some of these more yellowy looking. I think it looks more like the picture. Yeah, I think so. So I think I'm going to change out any of the like forest ones. I'm going to change them out for the plaza ones. And then lastly, I think I'm gonna add some pumpkins. I know there's no pumpkins in the original, but something that I really want to do is kind of bring in more of that orange, which I'm not really getting that much. Even with the leaf pile rugs, they're mostly green. So I want to bring in as much orange as I can. So I think the best way to do that is gonna be pumpkins. All right, y'all, and then I think we have it. It's not an exact or a perfect replica by any means, but I think it is a really good example of how you can take photos of things and places that inspire you and you can incorporate them into the game. So if you're stuck on decorating and you're not sure where you want to go or what you want to do for a certain biome, take a look on Pinterest, find an aesthetic that suits you, that pleases you, and then try to recreate that photo or even just take certain elements of that photo and bring it into your builds. That's all I have for you today, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. You can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Laylindria, same name as YouTube, where I do a lot of decorating of Disney Dreamlight Valley on stream. Make sure you also like and subscribe so that you never miss another video from me. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.